For the feature race, 3, 4, 5 red lights, Dylan on pole 2 there second, and it is right starting away we go. Those lights were held for a while, and it is a decent start then for Dylan, but then it's going to be 3 wide going down into turn 1. Hubert in front of Dylan. Then you can see in front of Dylan's been passed by a few cars. He's now just in front. He's now trying to get 3rd place right now, but it is Hubert leading. Oh, what's happened? There's a crash at the back. There is a crash, and that looks to be Dylan at the back. A crash for Dylan further down the field. Let's have a look. Yes, Dylan further down the field having a bit of an incident. He's almost going to be passed by Luca Giotto, I believe. What a poor start for Dylan. This is a replay of what happened to Dylan there. As he tries to go round the outside, doesn't really work, then gets hit. And he tries to save it. He was lucky to not end that race straight away. That would have really damaged the points. He got squeezed there onto those curves. This was a Lacey point of view. He did crash Dylan. This is what happened. So he died from Dylan and just kind of just a bit of a racing incident there. No penalty. I don't think for any of the drivers. That's just a racing incident. Now this is on board with Boccolacci. This is what happens. As you can see, Lacey dive bombs, and what happens there. And here is Dylan, and then this is Dylan who's trying to make his way back through the field after that spin. He goes a bit wide, and he's going to do the cutback, and that is a move on Nick De Vries. Good move there by Dylan. In this race is Antoine Hubert on the start of the second lap. Antoine Hubert leading this race. He's hoping to make some in-grounds on Jack Aitken and then try and catch him up to Dylan in the standings. Now he's going to be on board with Dylan on his front wing going into turn 1, and he's getting quite close for a move on Correa, and he's going to go for it on Germain Correa. As you can see, almost down the inside of, that was some contact, but maybe Dylan's going to try around the outside. He's not at the moment. He's going to go on board. As you can see, he's trying to get by, but just cannot get by. That was a real struggle there for Dylan, but he might come back down this straight. DRS wide open. Can he make the move? Can he? No, he cannot make that move. He's looking at the forefront then. Antoine Hubert still leading from Jordan King. So it's happened, and it's Jordan King. Jordan King, I think, with a mechanical failure. Yes, it is. Jordan King with a mechanical failure. Here we are then in the pit lane, and action is happening. Got a few cars here. Got a car here now waiting in the pit lane. Got another car just coming out behind the Campos Racing car, and that is Carlin, one of the Carlin drivers. And quite a few people making their stops now. Oh, he just cut back straight away to Dylan. Dylan now, is he going to make a move? He's got really close to Germain Correa, and is he going to make a move? He's going to send one down the inside. A little bit of contact again, but round and through up into P6 as those people have made their stops. The race leader, Antoine Hubert, pits. So as he comes in and puts on the hard tyres. And quite a lot of train coming in. Mick Schumacher coming in, Nicholas Latifi coming in, as well as there is Hubert. And then here is Mick. Going to be a nice stop for Mick, because now we're looking at Nick De Vries. De Vries is going to get a good stop. He gets held up a bit by a few other cars leaving. There is Luke Giotto coming out of the pit lane. Right now. Ooh, almost a crash coming out of the pit lane there. Dylan, does he pit? Yes, he extended his stint to lap 8. He changed his strategy to coming on lap 7, but he's coming in now on lap number 8. And you can see coming into shot now and trundling down this pit lane. He is. That is a good stop by the Prem crew, and he is away. And where will he come out? He was 13th as he was coming out the pit lane. And where is he going to be? He's just going to come up in front of Alesi and behind his championship rival, Jack Aitken. So that was a good pit stop by the Prem team. And straight after the pit stop now, here is Dylan. Is Dylan going to try and make a move on Jack Aitken? We're going to look back. No, not down there. But he could be making a move somewhere else though on Jack Aitken. As we go down this long part of the circuit, this quick part of the circuit. As Dylan has he got it round the outside? He goes, what a move from the British man. But then he goes wide. He makes that move skip. What a move that was from the British man. Dylan has really come alive in this championship. And no wonder he is your standings leader. No wonder he is. No wonder he's your championship leader. This is 9, so he's 2-11. Then. Out in front, the top 2 right now are flying away, as it is Antoine Hubert leading. With one of the Carlin drivers behind, and then in third place is Nicholas Latifi right now, holding off a bit of a train. Now we're going to go on board with Dylan as he's trying to get by Mick, because he's going to try, but he almost hits Mick and he has to get on the curb. He tried to get by, but there wasn't any room. And then Mick locks up Dylan, and Mark tried to go around the outside there, but didn't really work, as now Dylan is going to try and get by Mick. Mick does have the DRS, as now we're going to go on board with Mick. You can see maybe Dylan to the outside. Dylan brakes late, and he's round, but then he goes wide. Then Dylan goes wide, and now according to the TV cameras as he squeezes Mick Schumacher all the way to the edge, and he looks up and hits Dylan. Dylan's gone off. Dylan has gone off track indeed. He has gone off, and then what happened there? Here we go, this is what happened with Mick. Mick then locks up, and you can see there just hits Dylan. He couldn't really do anything about that, Mick. And then there you can see him having to use that escape road. Now this is what we all wanted to see. So Dylan goes round the outside of Mick, goes wide, gets on those curves, and you can see Mick gets a really good exit because of how Dylan went wide, and he goes into the next turn, just locks up. Dylan couldn't do anything about that, and that was very smart of Dylan to just back out of that and didn't damage his car. But he does lose a place to Boccolacci, so that's going to be crucial at the end of this race. Now this is straight after the incident. We're going to go on board with Dylan. This is the next lap down. This is the same lap then. That was the same lap that Dylan had his incident. Dylan just had his incident, but he's through on Boccolacci. Now he's going to be chasing after Mick. Now going into turn 1, this is going to get interesting as Dylan does the switch back in. Now Dylan chooses the inside, so if Mick locks up, he won't hit Dylan. Going into the braking zone, they almost touch, And round the outside goes Dylan. That's a good move. What a move that was from the British driver. He's really coming alive now. He's getting used to these F2 cars. And he is absolutely flying through the pack now. And his next one up, I believe, is Boccolacci. Yes, that wasn't Boccolacci that he lost that position to. It was his teammate, Jack Aitken. So, apologise for that, but it's Boccolacci in front of him. What a race that was, and here are the standings. Dylan has lost a few points. As Aitken drops to third, Hubert up to second. Dylan losing 3 points. The gap was 44 points from him to second. Now it has gone down to 41, losing 3 positions. And this is the team standings then. Prema not doing too bad, losing a couple of points, maybe 1 or 2 points. And BMW are doing quite well. They've actually now got up into third. 69 points behind Prema. And 23 points behind Prema is Campos. And make sure to join us for Lights Out tomorrow for the sprint race.